Yeah, he's heading out. He's out of here.
And that's to keep everything nice and compact, especially during the winter months when the water seeps into the cracks and freezes. We like to decrease that happening. Another rock that we haven't wanted anymore, we've been trying to get rid of it for 75 years to no avail, so please take it by the spoonful, the bucket load, but preferably the truckload. And if you're real lucky, you'll find a high school athlete to fill up your truckload of sand. They're motivated even more than me to get it out of here, because when they step out of line during their high school practices, the Coeur Mason City, and Mason was actually Silas B. Mason was one of the three original contractors. Those contractors built within about a year span about 300 homes. You can see some of them between the post office and grocery store here. Up here right before we get on the bridge here, a white bucket that we used for the pouring of the concrete. Well, you know what? I should probably slow down because I can wait for the other van to catch up. But yeah, there it is right there. It's a 4 cubic yard bucket. It's our biggest bucket load. That was just under 3 million bucket loads of concrete. And that's one of the reasons why it took us between 1933 to 1941 to generate electricity with this dam. Now, this bridge here was built in 1936, and although we don't like to compare ourselves to that big dam in China, the vast trees and shrubberies that you're seeing here were planted during construction, which means that before the dam was put in, this was just a desert full of sagebrush and tumbleweeds with a family or two that ran a ferry across the river. Now, looking up Douglas Street here to your right, it now serves as our city hall. It actually has a ballroom, a dancing ballroom, or whatever, ballroom for dancing and whatnot in it, and events. We also house but twice. Now, we were very particular about the mixing of the concrete and the pouring of the concrete, so much so that I'll go ahead and dispel the rumor right now. No one is buried inside the concrete, except for maybe Jimmy Hoffa. But I great floods, which we'll talk about all that as well. But anyways, they were going through a 35 feet. Yeah, 35 feet of water above us behind the dam. So if you see a leak, plug it up. We'll go get the very quick process, and that's where Kaiser steps in as well and helps with that. Every 2 to 3 days, they were finishing a ship and sending it out to sea. Their fastest build is 10 days from start to finish. Talking about, you're only seeing a tip of the iceberg on them. They travel another 3 stories down. Now the funny thing is this dam was created initially for irrigation. It was our #1 concern. However, in 1941, we were spilling water over our spillway, generating electricity. But anyways, we sent some of that aluminum over the mountains as well as a portion of our electricity into Seattle, where they were building the B-17, the Flying Fortress, is what they called it. And they were actually able to make so many airplanes that every airplane that went down, lower it down, and then depending on how much snow we're going to get from the Canadian Rockies melting down and coming down towards us, will depend on how low we actually take it. This last year we ended up having about 60% above average of snowfall in the Canadian Rockies, which meant we actually powerhouse and actually can produce over half of our generating capacity here. There's two other powerhouses below us here, the left and the right powerhouses, and they have 9 generators each in them. So we can grow potatoes. In fact, we are very proud of our potatoes here, surprisingly enough, even though we're not Idaho. We are the largest county that the largest potato producing county in the nation, though, to the south of us, Grand County. So we have Lake Roosevelt here to your right. And Lake Roosevelt, when it's completely full, is 400 feet deep and about 151 miles long. We're about 10 miles short of being complete of electricity. And then the ones coming from the third powerhouse going through these black towers here are carrying 525,000 volts of electricity. Very high voltage, but that allows us to a lot of water. Fortunately, we have massive pumps that can pump 1 billion gallons of water per day down below us here, per pump. That's enough water to hydrate the city the size of Chicago for a day, so it kind of puts things into perspective there. Let's go down and check that out now. Now keep in mind we only have a couple of minutes up here, probably about 5 minutes.
Walked almost from one end to the other.
Nice.
Yeah. Went to all of the
That was a while ago though.
39 years ago.
Yeah. 39 years old.
Different tour.
Things have changed. Yeah, right.
Are there fish in the lake?
Yes, exactly. You can see the pipes quite well. Yeah. So the water just comes up and out. Yes. And the reason why those pumps weren't on during the day is because the high demand of electricity during the day. We usually start at peak is either a utility building or take water taking for traffic.
So thanks,
In addition to that, we have recreation, you guys. Thank you for coming again. But we get about 250,000 people through our doors at the Visitor Center each year. And so that is a great benefit. And then it was the Great Depression. It was Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal campaign that he was running to generate jobs. And we ended up for years trying to figure out how to get fish above the dam here. He considered a diverted canal as well, but with the lowering and hiring of the lake behind the dam, that was kind of a problem. It's on their heads and shoot them up over the dam. It's all about trajectory. Anyways, but no, it's actually a soft plastic tubing attached to a suction system and pump system. They have been successful in transporting a 30-pound fish 100 feet in elevation change. So we're patiently waiting.